In a sea of nothingness, when Bitcoin isn't going anywhere, Mockcoin is up 25% today. It went up almost 50% this week. Let's have a look at what's driving this rally. Who's buying here, who's selling here, and what kind of signals can we look at in order to time Mockcoin properly. Let's have a look at some on-chain data most people are not considering. Let's dive deep into the details. So this is where we are right now, up 23% today. The price is at 5012. This week we went up by almost 50%. And since listing on CoinMarketCap roughly a year ago, we increased by more than 7,000%. Now this is not the first video on Mockcoin on this channel. The prior videos had been quite successful and they still get a few views. Initially, nobody was interested in Mockcoin, but then the price appreciated and more people tuned in. I'm covering all kinds of altcoins regularly on this channel and I try to be early. If you want to be early next time, then of course feel free to subscribe. Now let's have a look at the on-chain metrics most people are not considering. Now there's two versions of the token. There's one on Ethereum directly with 21,000 holders. There's another version on the base chain with 16,000 holders. Now not all holders are created equal and that's why I've built a tool to distinguish the retail investor from the whale investor. This is now the number of holders depending on minimum holding size, specifically for the Ethereum blockchain. And we can see how the number of retail investors that have roughly $1,000 worth of the token tend to go up pretty constantly, sometimes faster when there's a lot of promotion, sometimes slower. We see how medium-sized retail, so that's now a minimum holding of 10x from the left chart, so $10,000 worth of holding. Medium-sized retail tends to sell more aggressively every now and then, but is also now at all-time highs. On the right, we've got the number of whales, that's at least $100,000 worth of the token. They bought in very early, or they got allocation very early, then sold off a lot, now accumulated again somewhat. They are not at all-time highs though. Here are the same kind of charts, but for the base chain, here the accumulation seems to be a bit more constant, but have a look at the numbers, right? The number of retail investors with $1,000 in the token is only at 700 on chain, on base, and on Ethereum it's more than 7,000. So even though the number of total holders here isn't that different between base and Ethereum, most capital is really on the Ethereum chain, simply when we just introduce a minimum holding threshold. Especially the very large wallets, they are all on Ethereum. Now those were all very long-term charts. Let's have a look at what happened in the last month. Let's first look at the price chart and then compare this with the holder graph dynamics. Who's buying, who's selling? Here's the price development in the last month. We first appreciated, then depreciated. Now we are pretty much at similar levels to 1 month ago. Here's the holder dynamic for the Ethereum token for the last month only with the same threshold. So that's 1,000 on the left, 10,000 in the middle, 100,000 on the right. We see that retail tended to buy in relatively constantly. Medium-sized retail started buying 1 week ago roughly. The number of whales didn't really increase. Here's the same for the base chain, much less constant accumulation for all 3 cohorts. But again, this is way less important. There's only 1/10 of the number of wallets with those thresholds, at least for retail. For the larger wallets, it's even less. So what really matters are those charts here. Now, how could we have potentially timed this, right? How could we have bought, say, on the 14th or 15th? What happened here? Why was nobody interested in the token and then suddenly on the 16th, 17th, this increased? Because overall crypto did not expand, right? This is the stablecoin market cap over time, and the stablecoin market cap isn't getting anywhere in the last 2 months. So there's no more fiat deployment into crypto. This is now 100% a player versus player game. Having on-chain skills and having the information edge in this market is hyper important. And here is how I gather my information edge. And I'm sharing that information edge in Premium. Link is down below, thebitcoinstrategy.com. As part of Premium, we've got an alerts channel where we track various influencer wallets. And have a look at this. Hustlepedia, wallet number 2 of Hustlepedia that we are tracking, bought the Mock token. So that's over here and that's over here. He bought it on the 15th of June. Now who's Hustlepedia? That's this guy over here with 100,000 followers. He is host at Crypto Banter. And Crypto Banter is one of the largest crypto channels on YouTube, 900,000 subscribers. So a host of Crypto Banter bought the token on the 15th, and lo and behold, the subsequent day after the 15th, the number of medium-sized holders and smaller holders increased quite a bit. And with it, of course, also the price, right? The price went up by roughly 50% since then. So this is how to make money in crypto. You don't draw random lines on charts. You don't do any of that stuff. Instead, you need to follow the smart money, the people that tend to make money, the people that tend to also impact prices, right? When a host of a large crypto show is buying a token, maybe it makes sense to buy as well. And so I will continue to release updates on Mockcoin. Feel free to subscribe for that. Feel free to also give this a like. And in case you're interested in tracking all of those different influencer wallets, we've got now more than 300 wallets. If you're interested in those signals, feel free to check out Premium again. And if your crypto portfolio isn't yet large enough to justify Premium, there's also a free Telegram. Link is as well down below. Looking forward to chatting with you.